Welcome to Muscle Monday. Today we are going to be talking about the rotatores muscles. Now, these are some of our deepest back muscles. We also have two different ones. We have long and we have short. The other thing I want to point out before we get into these is typically your origin is closer to the midline, and this is the exception to the rule. The origin here is actually more lateral, where the insertion is more medial. So let's get into it. So long rotatores rotate. So these are going to help rotate the spine. We have our long ones, and the origin is going to be on the transverse process of the thoracic vertebra. So I had zoomed in. We're on the thoracic. I'm going to zoom in really to this is T7 right here. And so it's on that transverse process, and then the long one skips over one vertebra and inserts at the lamina and spinous process of the thoracic vertebra above. So the origin of this one would be T8, and the insertion would be on T6 for the long. For the short, those are right here. The short is going to go from the transverse process of the thoracic vertebra to the lamina groove and the spinous process of the one right above it. Now, both of these muscles will help to extend the spine a little bit, but really to rotate the trunk. And why these are really important for us is when our spine is not functional, each spine should be able to move independently. If it's not functional and it's stuck, these muscles are locked into a position. They're either locked open or they're locked closed. Eric Dalton has a great way to really address these. I would really consider looking at his stuff to be able to get into these muscles, but getting to these muscles is really difficult just because these are under every other muscle of our back. So under the multifidus, under all of the erector spinae group, under the lats and trapezius, just depending on where on the back it is. But these muscles are some of the ones that really get compressed and tight that keep our spine from moving the way it should. So I would really consider looking into Eric Dalton's stuff with the rotatores muscle, but also look at your clients and see how they move. If they are not able to move, a way you can get into these is really just using finger pressure and using your fingertips to get in between in that laminar groove right next to the spinous process and try to get the muscles, especially the superficial muscles, over the rotatores to start to loosen up, and then eventually you'll be able to get to those muscles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.